Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. I know it's been a while, but we finally have our next flip ready. If you haven't watched the other parts of the series where we flipped the 2070 build for £500, make sure you check that out first. So when I last left you guys, this was the profit we was at, £116. Since then, we've done a lot of business, and we also managed to sell this motherboard, which was broken, if you guys remember, in the last flip. This motherboard we ended up letting go for quite cheap. It was £15, but I was struggling to get rid of it. And a broken motherboard is no use to me, seeing as I have no idea how to fix them. Therefore, for the first flip, the profit was £131, which I think for a first go is really good, especially as we kept below that £400 minus, which I said at the beginning. For the second flip, I decided to go for a 3060 Ti build, as I know it's in high demand and everyone loves it, especially within the PC reflipping world. I've seen systems go for about this, and this. So as long as we keep below this, we can make a pretty healthy margin on this PC. So let's get right into it, I'll show you guys what parts I bought.
So the first thing that I bought was this Ryzen 5 5600, which is a really nice pairing with that 3060 Ti that I've got lined up. I ended up grabbing it for £67.54, which with the cooler was an absolute steal, and I'm really happy with this CPU pickup. The next pickup that we got was this B550X V2 motherboard by Gigabyte. It's a really nice pickup. I managed to get it for £64.05. I've been struggling to get B550 motherboards, especially below that market price. Everyone has them super high right now, so picking this up for £64.05 was a really nice deal from eBay. Our next pickup was the RAM. You know I love my RGB Corsair RAM. It just makes the build pop and look a lot better. Unfortunately, all these ticks are 3000 MHz, but I managed to pick up for £45.22 for all 32GB here, which is a really good deal, especially as, again, this RGB Corsair RAM is such high right now, and I just don't know why everyone's selling it for so much. So the next thing that we picked up was this MSI Mag 650 watt PSG for £47.45. It was expensive, but it was new off Amazon, and for that ease of mind, it's not going to kill any other components, and it's going to work straight on delivery. It was really worth it, especially with the insurance and everything that Amazon offers. It was a really nice pickup, especially with this clean looking PSG. Next, it's time for that highlight of the entire build. It's that MSI X Gaming 3060 Ti. This is really going to add value to the build. Go for about 200 to 220 by themselves. I paid quite a lot for it with 185, still below what it goes for. But for this model, especially how much it goes for new, it is a really good deal. The next thing that we picked up was this 1TB SSD from Clev. It's a Generation 4 NVMe M.2 drive. It comes with its own heatsink, which is really good, as the motherboard that we have hasn't got any included. And it's got some really nice read and write speeds, which is really good. And it's a really nice SSD for this build. So I was looking at cases for ages, and on Facebook Marketplace I finally came across this Sharkoon ATX case. It's got a pure steel outer shell with one glass panel. On the inside it looks so clean. It's got an inbuilt GPU mount, which I really like. And it's got those rubber bits for the cables so that no cables get damaged, especially when you're threading them through. It has a bottom mounted and a top mounted fan with a PSU that actually sits at the top, which is so good as that also kind of acts like a fan to pull hot air out of the system. I managed to pick up this case for just £20 on Facebook Marketplace when I collected it. On the back, it's not even zip ties, it's Velcro, which is amazing. That's where the PSU sits. The back is just immaculate. It's even got space for an AIO if the customer wants to upgrade in the future. This was a really nice case and a really good pickup for just £20. And the last thing that I picked up just to finish off the build completely were the Thermal Take RGB fans. I'm going to set them at the bottom, get rid of that one that already comes in the case, and these will really give a glow to the entire PC.
So the final cost of the PC was about £481, which lands in about £350 of minus profit so far. However, I think some of the things we've got, like the case and the SSD, along with loads of other things, are already premium and will upscale the resale price. I think this one's going to take a while to sell, but I think it's guaranteed profit, especially for the low price that I managed to build it, so I'm really happy. Let me know what you think about the price and all the components in the comments, and make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss the build video.